This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks a hard tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle, sweeps down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and it's good. Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell intercepted. The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption. Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown. No greater redemption.
The San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom. Sorry, guys. It's your boy Mike from the Nothing But Niners crew. Hey, I wouldn't be me if I didn't have some sort of snafu at the beginning of the show. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Whew. I've been running around like crazy, but we got the gold bar. We ready to take our victory shots over here, okay? I just sent the link to my peoples out there. They're going to be joining in very soon. I'm going to send y'all the link in a couple of minutes. But, guys, we got a lot to talk about tonight on today's Overreaction show. And, again, the Overreaction shows are dedicated to the faithful. This is where you guys take over the Nothing But Niners stream. All right, I'm going to send the link in there. Y'all can come in here. You're going to take the victory shots. And y'all are going to share y'all thoughts about this game. Are y'all upset that the 49ers offense could only muster up 13 points? Or are y'all happy, right? The spread was 8.5. We won by 13. The Niners did exactly what they were supposed to do, right? Or maybe you want Kyle Shanahan fired. I don't know how you guys are feeling. The defense pitches a shutout. How many times in this game did y'all think that the second half streak was over? Raise your hand if it was more than twice. Because I sure as hell did. I thought the 49ers were going to let up some points in the second half. But you know what, man? When it all came down to it, I had to stand tall. I had to sit here and say, no, we are not giving this game away. They got to earn it. And when it was time to, the freaking Saints couldn't do it. This is the first time they've been shut out since 2001, guys. 21 years. It's been since the New Orleans Saints were completely shut out in the game. And guess what? You got to be 21 years old to take a shot. I mean, come on, guys. When the stars align, they freaking align. So if you guys are going to be taking a victory shot with us, I need y'all to go ahead and get in here. I'm going to post the link. Boom, paste, send. That is the link for the victory shots. But I'm telling y'all now, I'm reserving the spot for my girl, Melissa. Where is she at? I sent her the tweet. All right. That's the link.
You want some?
Hell yeah. Okay. I got to get the first piece. Y'all can't taste the cheesecake before Daddy tastes the cheesecake. All right. So my kids are waiting, guys. So this is a special cheesecake here. All right, let me show y'all this thing. This is handmade. This is not from a store or anything like that. This cheesecake. All right, so my birthday was the other day. My birthday was on the 23rd, okay? And then one of my buddy's moms, she makes the best strawberry cheesecakes I've ever had in my life, okay? And what she does is she makes me one every year for my birthday. So this is it. This is my first slice. Don't you taste it yet? I haven't tasted. No, you got to wait. I get the first taste, okay? This is the first taste of the cheesecake live on air. I see Mike in here. Hold on, let me get my man Mike in the building. Come on, this is my co-host right here. I see Mike. I see Vernon.
What up?
I see Steven. Let's go, baby. But this is the birthday cheesecake. This is a celebratory cheesecake. All right, after I get mine, you can get yours. Okay. Oh, you got a big piece. You're not gonna get all that in your mouth. That's all right. Whatever. Here we go, guys. Let me see.
Can I eat now?
It's so good. It's so good. And then Aria wants a s'more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, guys, before we start this show tonight, okay? I got a hard out. Pause. What that means is this will not be a 3-hour show. This will not be a 2-hour show. All right? We got an hour and a half on tonight's show. The time is up in the corner. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me get my girl Melissa in here. She's down there in the dark somewhere. There she is.
Yeah,
Melissa.
give me a second. I'm gonna turn the light on.
Oh shit! Where'd she go? Oh, she dropped back out. All right, she's gonna.
No, I'm still here. I'm just turning the light on.
Okay. All right. My bad. All right, I'm gonna get everybody else in here for these victory shots. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 7? I don't think I have one for 7. I got one for 5. All right, so we're gonna take that off, and we're gonna start adding people. The first person I saw in here tonight was Steve. The next person I saw was Rosa. Then there was Mike. Then there was Vern. Then there was Melissa. And then there was Mike again. Big Mike is down there. What's going on, everybody? How y'all feel? Let me see y'all flex, man. The Niners defense go out there and they do the damn thing, man. Let's go. I'm fucking fired up already, man. Huh? Like, come on. This game was so pulling. It was such an emotional pull, man. Let's get these victory shots poured up. Where did my gold bar go? Let me get my damn gold bar. Now, Mike. Y'all hear me? Am I good?
Yep.
Mike, we went through it, man. The live stream, man, it was a lot of torture going on down there. My man Steve. How is Steve in here twice? Wait, what is that? All right, so I think I got to boot the other Steve. And then you got to get the other Steve back. He's down there. There he is. All right, guys. If you guys got the gold bar, whatever you're taking your victory shot with, let's go ahead and get these bad boys poured up.
I'm gonna pour this in a second.
All right, y'all see the victory shots here. I cannot wait to hear from y'all. Here's my favorite. God, if Steve leave me one more time, I'm gonna cry about it. Steve, don't leave me, bro. Steve, don't leave me. I'm not taking the victory shot without my man Steve, so we gotta wait till he pops back in here. He will be back and we'll take it right away. Okay, so you guys be a little bit patient with us, all right? This game was a trying ass game. The ebbs and flows were so dramatic in this one. So, all right, Steve, we got you, bro. Don't move. Don't move.
I don't know what happened.
All right, third time's the charm. So listen, God damn it, where did Mike go? What is that? Mike, you better stop playing with me, bro. You did that on purpose. That was some kind of special effect you did over there. No, he can eat now. Rosa, you ready? Where did Rosa go? What are y'all doing to me? Y'all better stop playing with my emotions, okay? Melissa, see, look, now she playing. Everybody got jokes.
I'm here.
I don't see you. I see you. There she is. Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get these victory shots in. And what we'll do is we're going to go with Steve. Then we're going to go with Rosa. Then we're going to go with Vern. We're going to go with Woke Mike. All right. And I want to hear everybody's thoughts on tonight's game. But we're going to start with the victory shots. Everybody cheers to another dub going down. The Niners did their thing. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So I'm going to ask everybody to put themselves on mute. Steve, the floor is yours. Give us your thoughts on tonight's game, man. What's up?
Well, I honestly thought they were going to give away some points when before they fumbled at the 1 yard line. And thank God Talon Hufanga did what he did, because to me, that deserves the game ball right there.
Mm-hmm.
He played. He played like, you want this? try and take it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
yeah, if he didn't get player of the week for this game, there's something wrong.
Huff was out there doing his damn thing for sure, man. You know,
Yeah.
And I like your take there. If you want some, come get some. You know, like Huff was out there and he was balling. He was all over the field. Big hits were flying left and right. Him, Fred Warner. But when it all came down to it, those two were right there. Hit on the goal line. Ball pops out. Jimmy Ward smacks the ball to their tight end, and I'm like, no! And then everyone converges on top of the ball, and I was like, please be us, please be us, please be us. And then they come out with the ball, and I'm like, let's go! Like the emotions, guys. Like it was such an emotional roller coaster, man. Steve.
Oh, and Mike, I'm going to do one more shot, but it's for your birthday, your grandmother's birthday, and the Seahawks loss.
Wait. Not just the Seahawks lost. Everybody in the NFC West took an L today, except you know what? I wasn't going to do a bunch of shots. Steve, you're going to get me fucked up, man. Everybody in the NFC West took an L today, except the Niners. I am going to do one more. Please, Lord, let me be okay. I got work early in the morning. All right? I got one more for you, man. Phenomenal reason. Hey, wait. Before I do this, I don't want none of y'all trying to think of other reasons for me to take another shot, okay? I want y'all to help me out. I got to survive the night as well, okay?
I didn't say you had to do a shot. I said I was doing it for that.
Yeah, but you said my grandma. I can't not take a shot for grandma, bro. Like, you put the pressure on me, man. That's my grandma, dude. I got to follow up, man.
I didn't mean to, but I was just saying happy birthday.
What the heck?
Uh-oh, somebody's upset. What the heck, what? All right, here we go. Cheers, man. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Steve. Melissa's with us. Vern. Even my man Terradome off camera. I saw you, bro. I see you, man. I see you with me in spirit. Get it? In spirit? Okay. I was supposed to do that. Let's go. All right. No, you can't take a shot. What you mean, can you join? Don't nobody want to talk to you. No. Beat it, Buster. No. All right, Steve, man. Let me give you the floor. Final thoughts are yours, and then I'm going to keep the show moving, all right?
I already did my final thoughts. It was all about Hufunga, you know. Like that was my final thought. You know,
all right.
If he's not player of the game this game, there's something wrong.
Okay. Okay. All right. I like that, Steve, man. Thanks for jumping in here. I'm gonna let you go, bro. Thanks for the support. I look forward to seeing you every week for the victory shot. So thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
You too, man. That's my guy right there, man. That's my guy. Okay, Rosa, you're up next, man. You were the next person in here. I think my man got caught up at work, though. Let me see what's going on. He might be dealing with a crisis over there, y'all. I think a spaceship is coming down. What's happening over there, man? What's going on, Rosa? How you doing, bro?
You got me? Yo, it sucks that you don't want to do a bunch of shots because I know your birthday was near mine, and mine's actually today, and I was going to see if you wanted to do one. Real quick.
I got something I can sip on. Now, I can't take a bunch of shots, but this does have alcohol in it. The cup is not empty. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'll take a sip with y'all for the rest of the night, all right?
Are you ready?
Let's go, baby. Happy birthday to my man, Rosa.
Bet.
Let's go, baby.
I didn't leave. I'm happy that we won the game. Honestly, we're not going to blow everybody out. But I didn't come out of this game super excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm content with the win, but I'm not like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? We're going to start whooping people's, asses, but it's okay. It's not going to be every game that we're, tearing, as long as our defense doing its thing, which it did again, I'm cool, but it's just, we're overreacting. So yes, the offense wasn't superb. I think we're still kind of getting over the whole trip here, I'm assuming. But it's all good. It's all good. Let's get ready for next week, Miami, and hopefully we look a little different. But pitched another shutout, great. So that's really it, man. I'm sure I'll feel a little different tomorrow, but I'm hoping we'll put a lot more points up, at least 20, 23, something.
Listen, man, I know Miami's coming up. I know a lot of people think that's the biggest game left on the schedule, the hardest team and all that. But if there was a game where the 49ers offense was going to come out flat, I promise you guys, it was this game. This team left San Francisco or California. They flew to Denver. They were in the blistering cold over there in Denver for days. Then they fly out to higher altitude, more than 2,000 feet higher, over there in Mexico. And they go through the grueling matches. And they fly back to San Francisco. Their bodies have to adjust. They give them 1 day of rest. And this team practiced for 3 days in a row, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I don't know how normal it is for a team to practice the day before the game. And we expected some phenomenal performance from this team. No. This was going to be a hard-fought match no matter who we were playing. We could have been playing a college team. The Niners were going to come out here and be a little bit flat because of what their bodies did. The short week, no time with their families and things like that for Thanksgiving, practicing the day before the game. This was going to be a hard-fought match. And listen, these are the kind of wins that I'm more proud of. The blowouts are cool, right? You go out there and you beat a team that's bad. You got 7 home games and all. I understand all that, right? But you had to travel just like the Saints had to travel. You know, the Saints just came in 2 days later. That's it. Is that really home field advantage? Like, the crowd makes it home field advantage, not the travel time. You know what I'm saying? And so the Niners really were tested tonight. They really, really were. And this is going to be the hardest situation they face for the rest of the regular season. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying, right? Right now, the 49ers are what, 7-4? Right?
7-4, yes, sir.
7-4. We have 6 games left, and we're home for all but one of them? Maybe 2? Come on, man.
We got a good home stretch.
Come on, man. The NFL did us a solid with the second half of the season, man. The schedule is in favor of the 49ers. And by the way, one of those games that we travel to, it's an hour flight to Arizona. Right? Oh, no. Arizona.
We will go to Glendale, Arizona this year.
No, it's
Seattle.
It's an hour flight to Seattle.
We're gonna go this season, but it will be in February.
Right. Yes. I see what you did there.
We're gonna see Glendale in February.
Don't we go to Vegas or no?
That's the extent of the big travel part, right? We gotta fly up to Seattle. It's an hour flight. We're good. Do y'all understand how much of a favor the schedule is for us? What are you showing us, Melissa? What is that? Let's go. Let's go. All right, man. Rosa, I'm gonna let you go, man. I truly, truly appreciate you, man. Salute and happy birthday. Hey, let me ask you.
Hey, brother, what's up, man?
Do you have a tradition for your birthday in your house?
Nah, not really. It varies. It's kind of random. Not a tradition.
So in my house, it's a lot of us too. In my house, the birthday person gets to pick dinner, whatever they want. I got kids my kids like to think like they got options. Like, oh, let's go to Golden Corral because I can get whatever I want to eat. Like, you know, like it's stuff like that. So for my birthday, I got this big ass seafood platter, bro. I didn't even eat half of it. I got so much seafood in there. And then there was Thanksgiving, so we got all the Thanksgiving food. I can't eat it all fast enough. I don't know what to do with myself over here. So my thing to you is, if you could have one dinner for your birthday, what would it be?
Oh man, good question. Wow. I love Indian food. And that's the thing. And yeah, you mentioned tradition, and my wife always takes me out somewhere, wherever I want to eat. And like I said, it varies.
That's a tradition though. See, we don't even realize it, but that's a tradition. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. If I could pick, like, gun to my head right now, I'll say Indian food. I've done that numerous times on my birthday. So, yeah.
All right, I tell you what, do me a favor, man. Shoot me a DM, message me, whatever, send me an email, whatever you got to do. Let me know your favorite Indian dish. All right,
gotcha.
I want to try it. So let me know what it is. I want to expand my palate. I want to experience different food from different cultures and all that. So let me know what you got, and I'll try something, okay?
Can I send it to that? Like I sent it before. That number I texted you recently saying if we're doing victory shots, that's a good number?
Send it right there, baby.
Okay, I got you.
That's the Nothing But Niners phone number. I got it. So send it to me.
Gotcha.
Right?
All right,
folks. Man. Well, be safe out there, okay?
Take care.
That's my guy. That's my guy right there. All right, so my daughter is over here. Y'all aren't going to see her face, but she is anxious to tell y'all. Her birthday is coming up. She's the next birthday in the house. She's got December something.
You don't know my birthday?
What do you want for your birthday dinner? Just go ahead and tell them.
Golden Dawn.
What? Oh, Golden Dawn. So there's this really, really nice diner out here in Pennsylvania. And you order, I don't care what you order. the servings are like 4 times the size of what they should be. Like they just bring out massive amounts of food, and it's made really, really well. So that's where we're going for her birthday. You happy now? No, they can't see your face smiling. No. All right, so let's go ahead and keep this thing moving here. All right, so Rose is done. I believe Vern was the next person in here that's not going to be a part of the rest of the show. So Vern, what do you got for us, my man? How are you today, man?
I'm doing good, Mike. Good day today. Got Christmas tree put up yesterday, so celebrating with the family, finishing Thanksgiving break here. So finished it with a win, a tough, hard-fought win. Nice way to end the weekend here.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you said that, Vern, right? Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. I didn't start the show that way. I apologize. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you. You said a hard-fought win. Vegas Vegas had 8.5 points for the Niners. If we won this game 30-20, would you feel any different than 13-0? Because let me just tell you, 30-20 versus 13-0, we won by a bigger margin this way. So I want to know how you feel about that. And I know it's like, oh yeah, well, but we didn't score, but we scored 13 more points than the opponent. Which kind of victory would have meant more to you, Vern?
Well, 2 field goals, 2 longer field goals, and 1 touchdown, which, I mean, the defense shut out the Saints, which I didn't expect that. You know, we've been having them second half shutouts, but I expected the Saints to be able to put up some points. But in that first half, we shut them out again. So, I mean, technically, our offense didn't really do a lot. We had 3 scoring drives, 2 field goals. So, I mean, we did enough, but the defense came to play. You know, bend but don't break with turnovers to boot. So, I mean, 2 fumbles from Kamara. So, I like that aspect. But for the offense, you know, we say we have all these pieces. I understand we came from, you know, we went up there to train Colorado Springs. We came back. We had the 3 flights, things like that. But to only put that much offense on the board and, you know, score that many points, that was a little disappointing. But defense came to play and shut them out. So that's all you need to do. If you score more points, you're going to win 100% of the time. So,
yeah. Sorry, I agree with you, right? And I know I said that we won by 13, so how do people feel? I am not making any excuses. It's okay to be disappointed in your team for only putting up 13 points. There's 2 ways to look at it. Yeah, we won by 13, but a shutout ain't guaranteed. You know what I mean? Most NFL teams are going to put up at least 10 points in the game. You know what I mean? Even the worst ones are going to find a way into the end zone and get a field goal throughout the course of a game. So let me be very clear with what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we should just be like, oh, we won by 13. Ooh, pound our chest. No, it's okay to be disappointed by that score. I was just asking what side of the spectrum do you fall on, right? I know some people out there like, yo, we won by 13. Like, what are we complaining about? And I also know some people that say, we only put up 13. We got to do better. So, and it's okay. I just want to hear everyone's thoughts on tonight's performance by the team. If there was one thing that you could change about this game, Vern, what would it have been?
Score when you're down there in the red zone, you know, or get those 3rd downs, 4th downs. A few of the play calls, they were a little bit suspect. You know, 4th and goal, and you're running a shotgun QB draw from the.
Yeah,
I don't expect that from Jimmy G. I would rather have done a regular quarterback sneak. We're on the fucking 1 yard line, you know, punching in from there. We're 100% on QB sneaks. Why let them drop back 5 yards and then try to punch it in?
You know,
that doesn't make any sense.
That play in particular is really weird to me, right? I watched that play and I said, if I take the result out of it, all right, if I take the result out, whether we score or not, did it catch me off guard? The answer is yes. Like you said, a shotgun keeper for Jimmy to run up a delayed play. Like he acted like he was going to look for someone. I felt like it was a run all the way. Mike can tell you he was on the live with us. I felt like it was a run all the way, but it was like that play really caught me off guard. If it worked, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, Kyle's a genius. Who saw that coming? But
Kyle Kyle did say it was a busted play, though. It was supposed to be a pass play.
Oh, it was. So it wasn't designed that way.
Yeah.
I take back everything I was about to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, he didn't look for very long, so if it was a busted play, I don't know what Jimmy saw that made him run so quickly.
Mm-hmm. That changes everything. So I didn't watch any of the pressers yet. I apologize. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to break down the pressers when I get home from work.
But
It'll probably be around 3 or 4 o'clock. So.
I got my player of the game, Juwan Jennings. You know, he showed up. He showed up, made some big plays, third downs. He hasn't been having a very good season, but he showed up, got that big touchdown, made some amazing third down catches, and moved the ball when we needed it. So, I got Juwan Jennings. Good win.
All right, man. Vern, thanks so much for jumping in here, man. I hope you have a great day. Hope you had a good holiday. All right, and then anything else you want to leave the people with before I let you go?
Oh, that's it. Just I'll be here every time you guys are on. I'll be watching you guys. You and Wayne, Tony. Be watching you guys.
I appreciate it, man. You have a good one. All right.
All right. Thanks.
That's my guy right there, man. Vern holding us down. I really, really appreciate it. All right. So, I took the wrong damn person out. I'm sorry. That's me on the controls over here. See, this is why I didn't want to take 2 shots. Y'all be messing with me and making me all messed up and crazy and discombobulated. All right, man. Mike. Yeah. Mike, you up next, big dog. What's going on, big Mike? Huh? What's going on, baby?
What's up?
How are you feeling after tonight's game, man? Honestly, are you concerned about the offense? Are you proud about the defense? A combination of both? Where do you fall right now in the spectrum?
Well, I could say it's a combination of both. I mean, I was a little bit disappointed by not putting up too many points, but, it is what it is. And I'm happy for the defense, although there were definitely some plays out there that I was like, oh, no, are they going to let them get in? Or what's going to happen here? But as a matter of fact, the play where they got the fumble, I was in the car taking my son back to his mom's, and you guys started yelling like, "Oh my God, no!" And then you're like, "Yes!" And I'm like, "What is going on?" I just got out of the car to hug my son because I dropped him off, and I'm like, "What's going on?" So it was interesting. But yeah.
Bro, that fumble play was like, all right, here we go, big play, big play. We're gonna stop them. Oh, they got a completion. No. Oh, the ball's up in the air. Wait, who got the ball, bro? 4 different emotions literally in 5 seconds. Literally in 5 seconds. That's why football is king. And no other sport does it happen that way. And no, like, seriously, basketball, they shoot the shot. Does it go in? Is it a rebound for your team? Is it a rebound for the other team? Like, there's no other sport that gives you that much of action in such a short window. And it's a rush that you can't explain to anybody, especially if they're not, privy to it. Like they have to know what's going on. You're watching football, American football. Like no other sport is going to give it to you that way. If you guys think I'm wrong, tell me another sport that's going to give you that much action, that much indecisiveness in a short frame. Right, Tara? Like I'm right, right?
Oh man, they try to say that soccer. I've been my wife tried to sit me down. Hopefully she ain't listening. And watch that World Cup. Man, it's like 90 minutes of just saying, "Hey, kick it, kick it, kick it." So I am so there with you, man. I can't get it. I don't mean no offense to the most popular sport in the world, but come on, man. This 49er place. This America, Jack. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I just don't think the action adds up. You know what I'm saying? So, Mike, man, your biggest takeaway from this game, did you learn anything about this team tonight that you can take with you going forward? Anything that stood out to you about this team?
That's a good question. Well, I guess I could take away that if we're in a hard-fought game at the end, that we're going to come out on top.
Yeah. All right. Does anybody on the panel have a question for Mike before we let him go? No? We good? Uh-oh. Melissa's in. Uh-oh. Boom, tagging her in. She's in.
Mike, did you have a nice holiday?
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. It was a nice little holiday.
Glad to hear it. That's my question.
You too?
All right. I like it, man. Mike, man, thanks for jumping in here, man. I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. It's been a long day for all of us. 49ers had the 4 o'clock window, 4:30, I should say. And we survived it, man. I sweat, I screamed, I yelled, I cursed at the game, I celebrated during the game. and everything in between. And guys, we came out with a dub. I don't know what else I could ask for. I feel like Terry over there. I should be wiping the sweat off my forehead right now, man. But we made it, Mike. Mike, we made it, and we're on to the next, man. Miami, they got to deal with us now. And they already talking shit about the 49ers, man. Did you see the quotes? Did you see them, Mike? You know
I saw him.
Oh, yeah.
You know I'm gonna break it down later. How are you hating from the sidelines, huh? How can Raheem Mostert say anything about the 49ers? He's not even active on game day. But we're gonna get to it in a couple of days. We'll get to it a little bit later. Mike, thanks for jumping in here, man. I really appreciate you. You have a great night, all right?
All right, thanks.
That's my guy, Mike, guys. All right, y'all. The rest of us are here. Melissa ain't going nowhere. Tara, I don't know, man. You might curse me out in the name of Jesus. I don't know what I got left going on. Mike, take yourself off of mute. We're gonna talk, guys. It's gonna be some round table style stuff right here.
I
man.
love you, Mike.
I know. Now,
I just want to say real quick before I forget.
Yep.
The other night, well, actually, it was last night. I was on Bashar's channel. Niner Mind did. And I gave you guys a shout out because he asked me what podcast have I been lucky enough to be on lately, and you guys were like one of the first ones that had to leave my lips because I cannot still to this day imagine that I got to be on with so many of you, especially in Much of the Bay, which I've been waiting for so long. So and this makes 3 straight weeks, so I am very grateful to both of you.
cool Mike in the building, man. Look at him just sitting up there, just chilling. All debonair with the smile. What's going on, Mike? Don't be quiet up there. What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm just cool. And I appreciate the shout out, though, Lizzie. Thank you. It's an honor for me, too. Let's keep the wins going. Let's keep the victory shots going, every week.
Now, everybody's cool. We know the outcome and all that stuff, but y'all got to be
And one thing I know this is going to piss off Big Mike, but for Breezy, if Breezy watches this back, congratulations to him and all the diehard Wolverine fans out there and the huge win that you guys got yesterday.
Wolverines.
Come on, Mike.
All right, now we doing the rest of the show without this. I'm just kidding. Hey, listen, man, it happens, man. I didn't think that game was going to go down.
I didn't mention who lost. I just said congratulations to the fan base who got the second straight win.
He just canceled you on now. They are salty. I didn't think they put up 45. I just pulled with Big Jim. I love Jim Harbaugh. I miss Jim. I do. I love them. Everybody thought he was crazy, but I'm crazy about the Michigan Wolverines. I pull hard for the Wolverines because Big Jim is there. And man. Didn't see that.
I should have tagged you with all my posts yesterday because I didn't know you were a Michigan fan, Terado.
I'll be pulling for him. I love the U. University of Miami is my heart, but I love Jim, so I pull for Michigan. I just do. And Breezy like them too. So, and they were the underdog. Ohio State always beating up on them. They always. I mean, they're the established
Niners. Huh? How about them Niners, man? We got the dub today, man. Shut out. Let's go.
Okay, we're talking about something that's relevant to the actual faithful that are awesome and beloved and important, and it's a hell of a lot more fun to talk about than 2 running backs whining and bitching about this franchise right now.
And they are who?
Hey, listen, man. I say this. Shout out to everybody out there, man. You know what I'm saying? All jokes aside, it's a college game. You know what I mean? What happens out there, congratulations to the Michigan Wolverine. I'm happy. I sincerely am happy for them. That win should do a lot for them in their rankings and where they fall. I have no idea because Clemson lost also. I don't know how much is going to shake up the rankings as much as I thought it was going to. So we'll see. We'll have to see how it all plays out. What happened? Oh, they already came out? The rankings already came out?
It can't be but one way. They're going to be number 2. And they're going to be Purdue next week. They're going to jump up to number 2.
They're saying it wasn't enough to unseat Georgia, which I think is a bunch of malarkey, but
they'll be number 2.
The crazy part is they're saying that the Buckeyes should actually fall to 6 behind Bama, which has 2 losses.
Yeah, we'll end up with
Bama got 2 losses
or something like that. You know what I mean? It's
it's just how it's gonna go. You know what I mean? Like that's just what seems to happen with them. So it is what it is. But listen, guys, man, all jokes aside,
Juwan Jennings Day.
yes,
Juwan Jennings Day. I've been waiting for this day.
Yes.
Did Aaron Rodgers just throw a pick?
I don't even have the game
watching this game. Is no one else watching this game?
No.
All right.
I'm watching Memphis versus the Knicks, so no, I'm not watching the Packers get trolled on.
You have to be on eyes and ears, Mike.
Well, you gotta rile on your brother tonight, so you gotta watch this game. Aaron Rodgers throws the ball that gets batted into the air, and they came down, and I got Aaron Rodgers starting in the league tonight. Oh my god!
Oh, you heard?
Whoa! You actually started him after he admitted that he has a broken thumb.
Yeah,
versus Philly.
It's the Eagles.
I wish you knew my options. Like, I wish you knew my options. Really, I really, really wish you knew. But listen, so the Niners get the W, right? And it was a hard-fought game. I sincerely want to know your guys' thoughts on this one. This was not a game for the faint of heart. This was a very, very emotionally trying game. I felt drained. I felt tired watching this game. You know what I mean? I started sweating for no reason. Sitting down watching a football game, I shouldn't just start sweating. Like I was running a marathon, you know? And I can only imagine what the players were out there going through. But when the dust settled, we do win by 13 points. The defense does pitch a shutout. Now, granted, they gave up, and I'm saying gave up. They missed a field goal. They passed up on 2 other ones on 4th down. How did you guys feel about this game? Let's go with Terradome, and then we're going to go to Melissa. Then we're going to go to Mike, because Mike has been with me the whole time. I don't mean to make you wait to speak, but I've heard throughout the whole thing. But we'll get him to the faithful in a few minutes. Terradome, what do you think, man? What were your thoughts on this game?
Well, I'm pretty systematic when I sit down and watch the 49ers. I get my pen, my paper, and 2 highlighters, 1 green and 1 red, when I see things good and when I see things bad. And I'm holding up my stuff here, my notes. But as you flip on over, that last quarter, as you see in green, it's just saying defense, defense, defense. I couldn't take nothing away from them. Goal line standing, getting down there and getting it. We call it buzz coverage. We call it cloud coverage, and we call it sky coverage. When the safety goes out there to the flat, which I knew he was going to do with Alvin Kamara, you can't ask for much more than Talanoa Hufanga getting out there and getting it.
I got to get something to eat.
Fred Warner played lights out. My defense came to play. D'Amico Ryans, the best coach on this staff, came to do it, and he executed flawlessly. If we're looking at dropbacks, our offensive line, and that's everybody across the board, didn't play up to the potential that they were a week ago. It just wasn't there. And it could be, and you brought a valid fact on to Breezy's show, which I caught you on earlier with the first victory shots. Amen. Glory to God. We have been through a treacherous what we call in the Army Hell Week, or an albatross of travel. We traveled to Colorado Springs, came back off that, went to Mexico City, traveled back after that, went and dealt with some tryptophan, the turkey, the stuffing, the baked potato, the glory greens, all types of stuff. You had family all over, short week, you ain't have much going. Offense takes a lot more timing. It takes incredible timing to get the pulls right, to get the sequences right, to tie the dropbacks into the breaks of the receivers. So that part's going to be a little off, and we can expect some things. But then it comes to just being a grown man, Mike. My offensive line has got to reflect the fact that we are just dogs. I will line up against this team, and I will bang them out, pause, and get 5 yards when I need to get it. And sometimes we were reaching back there, man. I saw a lot of penetration. Pause. And I saw some other things, and I just didn't like what I saw. And I am a Trent Williams man from Oklahoma, the Silverback. I'm crazy about Trent, but it looked like Trent might have messed with that tryptophan, Mike. He might have had a good little Thanksgiving, and it's a couple of them. There's a little woozy, and you never can beat you. Football is designed to play 11. Whenever you got an extra 4 or 5 out there that's wearing stripes, man, you in for a hard day. But we answered the challenge. I love that.
I'm gonna try to bite my tongue as long as I can. I'm gonna let Melissa go now because I have something that I consider very controversial. No. I'm gonna see if someone else says it before I do.
Please don't forget what you have to say, so I can wait.
I promise I'm not gonna.
Mike, please just go ahead.
And let me just add this one more thing, Melissa, before you get started on your soliloquy. Hey man.
What's up, baby?
Jawan Jennings.
Not that one. You need another one?
Since preseason, I've been saying this is a dog, DAWG, driven, attitude, willing greatness. When you needed number 15 was there. Give me
get the fuck out of here.
Let me get that 6 yards. Let me get that 7 yards. Jawan Jennings is a dog. Been that way ever since I seen that dude take that punch in Chicago. When did Jimmy play up in Chicago? Jimmy won. Was it last year? The year before?
The punch was in Jacksonville last year.
Was it that? Okay, it was Jacksonville.
When his helmet got torn off and he took the punch. He didn't retaliate, didn't say a word. He had that smug, like Cheshire-like grin on his face, walked away, didn't even give the ref even the sniff of to call him on anything.
I'm reminded of the great Tupac Shakur. 9 shots didn't stop me. I took it and smiled. That's when you know you got a dog. He took your shot and he smiled at you.
That Tupac had a little bit of get back in him. Y'all are sadly mistaken.
What you mean, get back what?
We celebrating the guy getting punched in the face and just standing there. That's what y'all doing right now?
For football, for the game.
Whoa.
You got that dude throughout.
No. Okay, I cannot wait now. I cannot wait.
Because you were still on the field.
You see when they got their pom-poms out?
I cannot. No. Okay.
With his helmet off.
Yo, I'll take you throwing me out because I brought up your enemy who beat you twice. I'll do that. But this is way too fucking ridiculous right now.
Really quick, keep going with your thought. I'm walking away. I gotta get my daughter some medicine. She's here. She's not feeling well. No, for real. I gotta go get my baby some medicine.
It's not why I laughed. I was laughing about something on my TV.
Okay, no, but my volume is on. I can hear you. I don't want you to think
Mike,
I'm ignoring you.
I've never doubted you about your kids. No, that's not what this is.
I'll keep going, okay? Keep going.
Yeah, you take care, baby girl. What you got, Melissa?
I'm gonna hold off on Jawan Jennings because he has to hear it. I'm not letting him escape that.
I can hear you.
Hi, Preeti. What I am really excited about is that Jawan Jennings and Drake Greenlaw were two of the people who've been the most ridiculed, picked at, ostracized, most hated on players about any and all slip-ups that have happened. And that is for any player, rookie, veteran, whatever have you. Yeah. I love that they have never let it in. They've never let it diminish who they are, change who they are. And ever since they've been called to be those guys to step up, they've stepped up big and they've come up clutch in big moments. And they haven't let the bad plays affect them later on in the game. I think that's not something you can be taught. I think that's something you either have or you don't have, that you can just let a bad play go and you can keep grinding. And that is what I respect about all of you guys, and that's what I respect about those players.
Indeed. The man just comes up when he needs to come up and makes the play when it needs to be made. If you're looking for anything around and you can't find Christian McCaffrey, who is awesome, you can't find Elijah Mitchell, who is awesome, Deebo Samuel, who is awesome. All I keep seeing is that number 15 moving the sticks. and you got to have that dude. You got to have that dude. And he is simply that dude. Give me the tenacious, give me the overcomer. That's what I need. I ain't all about the flash and pomp and the circumstance. Show me your get down when it's time to get down.
We
And
need nitty-gritty players, and those guys are nitty-gritty players.
he has showed it.
Oh, Breezy, by the way, I shouted you out earlier, you and all the Wolverine fans, and I got kicked out by Mike for it. So I just want to let you know, I'm really,
No one, I'm here.
really,
You
really
won't get
proud
kicked out.
of.
She
I'm really proud of your Wolverines and what they did yesterday.
Amazing blue.
And it's 2 straight, and it's in Ann Arbor, and then that's actually the horseshoe
In
itself.
the horseshoe.
Yeah.
Put
Can
it
you guys,
on 'em.
can you guys hear me? I'm having mic issues.
Yes, sir. No, you coming in 5
Yeah,
by
you
5?
good.
Are
Okay.
you all right?
I
Mic
just wanted to
check
make
on.
sure because that Vimeo had my whole system screwed up. My NY to the bed. I don't know
Yeah,
what
you're
I did.
stressing.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
You was mute for about 20 minutes, and you were just going. You was like,
I was fired up, bro. And I'm like, dang, man,
you was
20
getting
whole
big
minutes.
tail on and everything. And I was like, hey, Breezy, we can't hear you.
I can hear everything, but y'all can hear me. But listen, definitely got to give Juwan Jennings his flowers, man, because I gave this reference to about players as far as the nitty-gritty players, right? The gritty guys, the guys that just get down to the gritty, they're the dirty players, not dirty playing, but they get down to the dirt, and the blue collar guys. Let's just call it like it is, the gritty guys.
Not
And
flashy.
they're not
They wear Timberlands to work.
they wear Timberlands and Carhartts, right? Now, listen, I talked about it in basketball. You can win as many championships as you want if you think you got all these star players, but you need them guys that's going to die for loose balls, get the fouls, get gritty, throw some elbows, get down there. That's what Juwan Jennings brings to the team. He's a gritty guy, and there's nothing you can do about it. He will never be the flashy guy because he just doesn't have the skill set to be the flashy guy. But you know what you don't need? All flashy guys. A, they're gonna cost you a lot of money, and B, you just don't need them all the time. Why? Defense is playing for those guys. Debo Samuel gets taken out. That's why they had to utilize him a little bit differently, because they know if you leave Debo in one-on-one, 9 times out of 10, he gonna make the play. Leave Brandon Ayuk one-on-one, 9 times out of 10, he gonna make the play. You leave Christian McCaffrey one-on-one, 9 times out of 10, he gonna make the play. George Kittle, 9 times out of 10, he gonna make the play. But let's talk about when those guys are double covered and the pressure is in Jimmy Garoppolo's face. And he has a gritty guy on the field that has to go out there and make a play. Nobody's talking about the catch that Ray McCloud made in today's game, which is another gritty player. But those are the guys that Jimmy sometimes is going to have to get the ball to and have to lean on. And shout out to those guys for making plays all game long. That catch, first of all, the catch by Juwan Jennings is all Juwan Jennings. That had nothing to do with the throw from Jimmy Garoppolo, because the play was played so well by Tyrann Mathieu. He tipped the joint. We're talking about ball tracking skills. That's what Juwan Jennings did in that end zone. It was a fade route to the end zone. Ball wasn't underthrown. The ball was thrown to where Juwan Jennings make the play. It was almost like the Richard Sherman to Michael Crabtree play. Do I need to go back there?
Come on,
okay.
sir.
All right.
A better ending. Definitely a better ending.
Real quick. I saw this one today too.
Another gritty player.
Okay. Just one last thing on Juwan Jennings I want to say real quick. Yes, he had that big drop early in the game, or it was underthrown. I really couldn't tell from the angle because I had to legally stream this. But when push comes to shove, and this is why I've never gone off the Juwan Jennings train, no matter how much I got bashed for it. What has really impressed me is that he came back on 3rd and 10, had that huge 3rd and 10 when things weren't even moving really. And then he followed it up by having another 1st and 10 right afterwards. And then he had the touchdown. So I know he's not perfect, but I love the fire that burns in Juwan Jennings, and that he doesn't let it get in his head.
And that's why you draft players in the 6th, 7th round, because they have nothing else to lose and they go out there and give 100%. That's why you go and sign players undrafted, because they go out there and give 120%. I got to address the Saints fan that's in the chat. And this dude said that We shut y'all whole team down. Alvin Kamara fumbling lost us the game. First of all, y'all ain't had no fucking points. What are you talking about? Number two, what did you shut down? Because the team still scored
Don't do that.
13.
Don't do
No. I'm
Don't
gonna
do
do
that.
that.
Don't do that.
Then
Don't
Mike,
do
tell me what they shut down, Mike.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'll let Mike get his connection together. At the end of the day, this 49ers team, whether you shut them down or not, that's what you feel like you did. They still put up 13 points and they went out and beat y'all.
The Saints defense deserves a pat on the back.
I'm not gonna knock the Saints defense, but don't sit there and tell me that that's the reason why they lost the game. That's my whole grip.
No, don't do that either. What he's saying is if Kamara don't fumble that ball, that's a touchdown. And now it's anybody's
win the fucking game, Mike. What the fuck are you talking about? We're still winning by 6. Mike, I'm out, bro. Because you always fucking stick up for other people. Mike, we fucking won the game. Mike, suck. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
Leave, bro. How he gonna run from the smoke? He ain't really leave. He gonna hear me out. He ain't gonna leave. Don't worry. Right? Y'all can't name me 3 superstar players. Y'all can't name. I'm a 49ers fan and I'm happy we won. Y'all can't name me 3 superstar players on the Saints offense. The Niners got George Kittle. They got fucking Brandon Ayuk. They got Christian McCaffrey. They got all these guys. Kyle Juszczyk. They got a whole. Oh, Wayne really did leave. Hello? No, get your ass. Don't call me while I'm out in the air. You on speakerphone. No, come back in here. You gonna get this work too, bro. Come back on the show, Wayne. You not you how I don't make sense and I didn't say nothing before you left.
Mike, he's got a point. Like he was just starting and you cut right across him.
You know how Mike you didn't hear my point yet. You can't disagree with something I'm saying before I say it. It's not possible. It's not possible to disagree with what I'm saying before I say it. My point is this. The 49ers have a star-studded offense. And I believe the common point is y'all just stopped Kamara. We had to stop Brandon Ayuk. We had to stop Deebo Samuel. We had to stop George Kittle. We had to stop Christian McCaffrey. We held this star-studded all-star offense to 13 points. The Saints should be commended. They were the road team. They did that on the road. And for us to sit and pretend like the Saints didn't do something is bullshit. That's not right.
The Saints didn't do anything. That's my point. I said they didn't shut us down. Because if they shut us down, they would have shut us out. And they didn't shut us out because we shut them out. So you always got to stick up for some dumb shit when we sat here and found a way to win this game in the trenches. So fuck all that. They did shut us down. And even if Kamara would have scored, they still wouldn't have won the game. Because the 49ers would have tried to find another way to win this game, which is what they did because you just got off my show telling me exactly what we needed to do. Because you called my fucking phone and you told me to beat Kyle Shanahan and you told me how to win this game. So Mike, shut the fuck up. I'm good. Everybody else talk. You always do that. They didn't shut us down at the end of the day.
Hey, anybody just logging into Nothing But Niners? You know how family get together on holidays.
No, Mike do this shit every fucking week, yo. Every time we won, let's fucking celebrate. They didn't shut us down. This comment says we shut y'all whole team down. That's the first fucking phrase in this comment, and they didn't because Jawan Jennings scored, Mike. So if they shut the whole team down, Mike, how did we score, Mike?
What did I say?
Everything you say, Mike.
I said the Saints deserve some credit. Is
Fuck the Saints. We beat them.
Is that what I said, or is that what I said?
That's not just what you said.
That is what I said.
That is not just what you said. You came in here, Mike.
Whoa. Jersey reality check. You said they shut down every freaking star on this team, and could you name at least 3 all-star stars on that offense?
That is not what I
Mike,
said.
you make me so fucking hot in the worst way, bro. Like, real talk, we probably be fighting right now after a fucking victory.
So I can't get a word in. I let all y'all talk. I
It's
never
your
said they
show.
shut down and name all the
It's your
starters.
show, bro.
I said
Hey.
the Saints had to deal with, and I ran off the list of starters. And then after I was done naming all these Pro Bowlers that the 49ers have,
I missed
said
that.
they
I left the
deserve
show.
some credit. That's all I said. I didn't say they shut us down. I didn't say they
But who
won't.
cares? I'm going off of this comment. Do you see what he said?
Bro,
why did you have to say anything? This guy came.
The Saints deserve some credit.
But they
And just
didn't
like
shut
y'all
the
sitting here-
whole team
and just
down.
like y'all sitting here,
They
patting
didn't shut the
Saints-
whole team
our
down.
defense in the back.
At
I'll
the
give
end of the
y'all my
day,
hot
Mike.
take now.
At the end of the
Here's my
day,
hot
Mike.
take.
At the end of the
Here's my
day,
hot
Mike.
take.
Look at
Y'all shouldn't be praising
comment,
defense
Mike.
the way that
Look
y'all
at the
praise
comment.
defense.
Yo, we fucking won, and we're
Y'all sitting
arguing
here praising
because a
defense.
Saints fan came in here and said that they shut the whole team down, and Mike is saying they deserve credit. Fucking who cares? At the end of the day, you know what they didn't do? Shut the whole team down. You know why? Because the 49ers put up 13 points and won the game.
You say goodnight. Come on. You say goodnight, man.
So, Mike, you could be wrong sometimes, bro. It's all good.
Okay.
That wasn't even my hand with the ring.
To be fair, not one of us said that the Saints didn't deserve any credit for what they did do.
I didn't even say that. I didn't even say that. I said they didn't shut the whole team down. That's what I said. Mike comes in here out of nowhere, just fucking reads this thing on the bottom of the screen and tells, ho, you can't say that. What the fuck you mean I can't say? I can say whatever the fuck I want. You can kick me off here and I can log back in. But at the end of the day, they didn't. At the end of the day, they didn't shut the whole team down. And that's the only thing I was getting at. That's all I was trying to say.
It's all good.
You know what, Mike? You're right. You didn't say that. But the fact that you were sitting there trying to stick up for them, telling me I got to give them credit, I don't care about that. That's not what he said.
Focused on arguing with the caller that you didn't hear what I had to say.
No, Mike, you bugging, bro. You came in here
bugging, bro.
right away. Why do I gotta get? Why do I gotta listen to what you have to say when I'm responding to the comment? What you have to say is irrelevant.
I'm not gonna let you do that, and then you didn't hear why I said I'm not going to let you do that.
Why would you tell me that if I'm responding to the comment?
I was telling you why I would say that, but you ain't listened to the why. That's what I'm telling you. You
Mike,
didn't listen to the why.
Your why doesn't make any sense because you're talking about I got to give this team credit.
You didn't hear the why. You never heard the why. You telling me that the Saints don't deserve any credit for shutting down this high-powered offense?
That's not what that comment said.
You ain't answering my question.
But that's not what the comment initially said. But that's why we arguing.
Hey, fellas. How about a victory shot?
Nah, Mike already off one.
We won the game. Victory shot for everybody. Victory shot, a timeout, a pause for the cause. And for our people who don't contribute, a pause for the cause. 13-0. San Francisco 49ers get another W as in the West Coast. A dub. We got
I do want to hear
victory shot to everybody else who's out there. Victory shot. Raise them.
I just took mine. I gargled it and everything. Pause. I do want to hear Mike's thoughts on tonight's game. Y'all heard me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all saw what I did. Mike, I got to get your thoughts on tonight's performance for the 49ers. I haven't said what I want to say because I want to know if anyone else is going to say what I was going to say. That's why I haven't said it yet.
I have to be the transition though. After all that, I'm supposed to. I ain't that cool. I'm not that cool, man.
And now you cut the NY to the Bay, Mike.
You cool, Mike, for a reason, bro. Let's hear
it. So I think honestly, both of you guys are right. There is some concerns from the game. I feel that the defense over and over and over and over again just stepped up. I started doubting it. I said, like they were getting in the red zone. I'm like, oh man, here we go. Here's the score and nothing. Here's the score, nothing. And they just kept proving me wrong, honestly, in my head. I'm happy about the win for sure.
Don't tell us you don't have to.
I'm a little nervous about Miami coming up. The offense needs to definitely get it together next week because they're not going to win with 13 points next week. So I'm a bit concerned with that. They need to gel a little bit out the gate because McDaniels next week is going to obviously know what we're doing. So overall, I'm happy with a win. A win's a win. Everybody in the division lost, which is awesome. But we need to do more with the offense. I don't like all the plays at the line of scrimmage, all the play designs. I'd like to have more shots downfield. I think Jennings did really well. He reminds me of Anquan Bolden a lot. He is a nitty-gritty player, and he gets the the big catches at the right moments. As long as he can stay as that third receiver. The issue is if he ever has to be one or two, that's a problem. As the third receiver, he's perfect. But overall, I'm happy. But yeah, they need to get the offense going a little bit going forward.
Hey,
I was using the wrong mic the whole time. Sorry, guys.
What you got, Mike?
No, I wanted to apologize. I thought I was on mute. I muted my microphone, but it was using the other one. So thanks, Wayne, for catching that and throwing me on mute. I appreciate it, man.
It's all good, Mike. We used to you talk about hookers and everything on Patreon, man. It's all good.
Y'all have never heard me.
I've never heard Mike talk about that. But he definitely walks away and starts talking reckless, like nobody can hear him and shit.
Right? He's like he forgets the mute button.
He's ahead of the game. He's ahead of the game. He's like, oh shit, or oh yeah, hell yeah. I'm like, hello, and I'm like pretending that like that didn't happen.
And water to the head. Now I'm the only one.
No. Mike, I'm not gonna let him throw you on the no. Mike, I'm not gonna let him throw you under the bus because I did it too. You know what I'm saying? I was doing it too, but I was doing it.
But Mike did it to tell him he did it too.
And why you did it too?
No,
you was fucking everything too.
Yes.
You was like flunk, like you was doing it too.
Yes.
So we all guilty, except for the two people at the bottom.
Right. Well, no. I wasn't on Patreon, so I didn't spoil this thing. But my spoiling goes all the way back to 2020 when Mike and Tony get all mad at me for typing it in the chat. What my reactions to stuff. So if everyone's taking blame, I'm taking blame as well.
But Mike was the culprit, which is what NY to the Bay is saying. Because
I'm just kidding. But
no.
Sometimes he does say some other comments that in the background that have nothing to do with the game. So
right.
I don't at least do that part. But
maybe he thinks he's on mute, and so that's why he just freely talks. But Mike just gives the play away, and NY to the Bay and I are just sitting like Mike, you can't do that.
So here's my microphone, and when I push this button.
Whoa.
So when it's red, y'all can't hear me. But the microphone wasn't this one. It was the one on the
setting
camera.
was right. Okay.
It was a different setting. And so here I am pushing a button, and then I'm talking about my baby's diarrhea, and y'all can hear me. So I apologize. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Like my baby's sick. I didn't know that.
Takes in school, but you do it in school. Diarrhea.
I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize. Now I will say this, right? Two things, right? Another touchdown by the Packers. Okay.
Yeah, so, Packers.
Whoa.
Please remember that one.
You are not rooting for the Packers right now. You just said at the beginning of the show. So why are you not watching this show and rubbing your brother's face? And now you're rooting on them being the winners right now.
I want you to be cheering for the Eagles. But you got to remember where I live. I hate the Eagles. I'm in Eagles territory. I want them to lose so bad. I want the Eagles to lose and we can catch them if they start losing.
I'm cheering for the Packers.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I want the Packers to win tonight. The Packers are less of a threat than the Eagles are. We can catch them. I'm saying let's go. But you, because I know your brother's a Packers fan, should be cheering for the Eagles. So that's why I was saying you're not.
You guys have no idea how insufferable that son of a bitch down in that basement was when they freaking beat the Cowboys and broke that 5 games losing streak. He actually had the gall to come look me face in the face and say, now it's your turn to do your part and lose to the Chargers on Sunday Night Football, because now the Packers have a shot to come into and win the playoffs and be that 7th seed, and the Niners will get kicked out of the playoffs. You see the gall to come up and say that to my face.
Sorry,
this is who I put up with.
Sorry to disappoint you, buddy. But listen, I do want to give some props to Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings had a hell of a game, right? And as a player, we got a round of applause thing here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. And as a player who didn't get used a ton last week, I'm happy that this was his game. Him bringing the Niners in it, keeping us in it, getting the first downs and the touchdown, and then Mason, the other guy who wasn't in it last week, going ahead and being the churner, right? We needed the guys who weren't the superstars. Yes, the guys who weren't the celebrities, right? We needed those guys to put this game away because CMC was done. Brandon Ayuk, done. Debo, done. Kittle, done. Those were the guys that had the games last week. Now it's time to see what everybody else can do, and Kyle Shanahan found a way to dial it up. But here's where I'm going to challenge y'all. Celebrating this defense because they pitched a shutout, I don't think that's right at all. That is being completely results-based.
Why, Mike?
Hear me out. I gotta say goodnight to my daughters. They're standing right here, but I'm gonna give y'all something to think about before I explain. That Saints team led not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 scoring drives. 4 scoring drives that Saints team did. Now we can sit here and talk about what the final score was. That's being results based, and we know better than that. We watch enough football to know better than to be results based. Everybody on here knows that. Because they decided to go for it on 3rd down 3 times, and we stopped them, and they kicked the field goal and they missed it. This defense was not shutout worthy tonight, and all of y'all on this panel know it, and nobody's got the balls to say it but me. This defense was not shutout worthy tonight, and y'all know it.
Well, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. All I know is it's a 0 on the daggone board. That's it. I can't deal with hypotheticals, speculations, or conjecture. All I see is a 0. The great Wayne Breezy pitched it out, I think it was about 3 weeks ago. Who's going to be more effective or more explosive over the second part of the season?
The O or the D.
And he came, I called into his show. I said, Wayne, hey, it's gonna get cold in November, in December, January, and February. The ones that's gonna bring you through, the ones that's gonna have the substance, the ones that's gonna hem things up, because it's gonna get colder, it's gonna get different. It might rain a little bit, might snow a little bit. The defense of the San Francisco 49ers is built to withstand it and get it done in these crucial times. Offense is going to be man. Taysom Hill reminds me of, y'all a little young for this, but back in Miami days, back in the 80s, it was a dude named Jensen who used to wear a neck roll and wear number 11, and he would line up at quarterback, he would line up at receiver, he lined up at running back, he lined up at receiver, he would even punt. This dude Jensen was everything. And he could just burn you. Them ain't no punkified players. That receiver they got, one of which is from the Ohio State University, who got defeated yesterday. But he's pretty good too. He's pretty good too. Hey, Red Rifle ran that thing running like he was a red water pistol. They offensive guys can score, man. They can score at will. You can have a garbage offense and they can score at will sometimes. Just fluky stuff. The referees will help you out and everything. Whenever you get a goose egg, whenever you get one of those Dunkin' Donuts, whenever you get one of those Krispy Kremes in the National Football League, make no mistake, you have done something. And I'm not going to besmirch, demoralize or marginalize that of which the San Francisco 49ers defense, D'Amico Ryan, Fred Warner, and the great Talanoa Hufanga have pulled up. And Gibson came to play tonight. Ward, yes, Ward. Both wards. The psych ward was open, and we was putting rubber. We were putting straight jackets on everybody. You know why?
If one of y'all don't tell this man the truth,
listen. So nobody's going to dispute the defense did well. The issue is that we can't put ourselves in this position over and over again.
No,
you're gonna
because we went against a team that was putting Taysom Hill as some dual gadget on third down, and like Mike said, they did forfeit points, which would have made the game a lot closer. So, I mean, realistically, there was a fumble on the 1 yard line. I mean, those plays you can't count on. So, like I said before, the offense does need to contribute. We can't rely on that all the time. They did play well.
But I'm going to say this too, Mike. Sometimes they take back 2 of your touchdowns. That touchdown that Elijah Mitchell ran, and they called Kittle on that hole. Where was the hole at? And then there was another touchdown they brought back. or a big game that they brought back on these phantom penalties. Those things are going to happen too. When you get a goose egg in the National Football League, you've truly done something. It doesn't come around that often.
Hey, what was the score before Melissa goes? What was the score in that Green Bay game and the NFC divisional playoff game?
13-10.
Yeah. That was the overall score. And
13-10.
as bad as the offense looked, it came down to a special teams play making the play, and nobody effing cared because we got the victory.
Right, but that's a free play, Breezy. You can't count on that.
I'm not. But my point is, like, you can count on this defense week in and week out, not to pitch a shutout, to continue to play the best defense in the NFL. And guys, the Saints was averaging 23 points a game, and they held them to 0 points. And they've had that same freaking offense out there. They didn't have no Michael Thomas all season. They've had Chris Olave, Jarvis Landry, who just got back. They've had Alvin Kamara. They've had Taysom Hill. They've had the same exact offense. Now, their defense might be a little bit more different, but the 49ers were able to get out with the victory. And so, like, I agree with NY is saying the offense has got to figure it out. But there's context to everything that kind of went down tonight, whether you want to talk about the referees, whether you want to talk about, like Mike was talking about earlier with attrition, whether you want to talk about just the defense looking flat. I mean, the offense looking flat. Like, there's so many things we could factor in. I guarantee you that the offense will figure it out. And then you got to factor in the silly injuries that just came out of nowhere. We just got to give it some time. This was a team. And Mike, what did I say on the pregame show? Did I not tell you this was going to be an NFC West, Old West divisional battle game? Did I not say that, bro? The Saints play us tough every freaking year.
We get everybody's best shot, especially the Cardinals will give us their best shot. The Rams will give us this. I'm anticipating the same type of battle with Seattle. Pete Carroll gonna have them boys ready when we battle in Seattle, even though they lost to the hapless Raiders, who seem to be nothing as the rest of the world don't look at it, but just as a pure. If you take off the logos and take off the colors and you take off all of the ancillary things about them, hey man, that's the number 17 out there. Hey, that dude is all world. He caught one today. Breezy. He caught one today. He had dude draped on one, and he cuffed that thing with the other. Hey, ball playing is ball playing. This is the NFL, not for long. You celebrate when you shut somebody down, and they had it on first and goal. What 2-3 times? Man, come on.
Mike
hey,
said
Terradome, can you say I'm gonna buy you a drink?
I was gonna ask him to say California.
Your audio is a little off right now, Terradome.
It's not his audio,
California
Melissa.
love.
He has on auto tune.
California love.
Okay.
Yeah.
California love.
No, California love. You gotta do it in the key so it'll work right.
Hey, listen, man. Look, this is all my point was, guys.
Oh, Melissa.
I wanted to say something that actually gave you what you wanted, Mike. I was gonna say that yes, there was no point scored by the Saints. However, I understand where you're coming from on this point, because what frustrated me was everyone kept telling me we have to fear Kamara, we had to fear Taysom Hill, we had to fear all these other options that the Saints had. But what really irritates me, and it's been like a thing for like the last 2 years, and I think it has a lot to do with the Greenlaw ejection and the way that this team kind of like plays fearful after weird shit happens. But I didn't like that Andy Dalton ran for a first down, that he ran for a near other first down, and that he had another big run today, and it felt like nobody wanted to come and tackle him today. Now, maybe
Wayne
it's
was
because
going off about that during the live stream. Wayne was flipping out. He was saying that, why is he their leading rusher? Wayne was going crazy about that.
Now, maybe it's because of Ahmad Brooks and the clothesline we all hate. Maybe it's the Tavius Street and all the fractured ribs that Drew Brees had after that hit and all the criticism after that. Maybe it's the ejection. Maybe there's like some kind of PTSD. But my one main issue with his defense performance was why the hell was he so wide open on all of those runs when Andy Dalton is not a runner?
It was broke down. It was broken down plays, right? So he didn't have any design runs, and so there was a couple of remember there was one play where all three linemen fell over one another. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was supposed to be like a sack. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that might have been the Taysom Hill play, but there was a play where Kerry Hyder on the first one, the one you're talking about, that 3rd and 11, I believe. Kerry Hyder just stood there, like he thought that Andy Dalton was gonna get caught on the outside containment, and he didn't even break from his assignment to get around to force Andy Dalton to kind of go out of bounds. So that was kind of like a brain fart on Kerry Hyder's part. I'll go back and watch the film and give you more detail on it. But look, Andy Dalton, I'm not going to say he was a mobile quarterback, but the 49ers, they didn't contain. They did not expect him to run when the play broke down, and they laid some eggs, and he kept drives alive.
That's on me. That's scouting, because I scouted him, and on the run-up shows, I would say Andy Dalton he's not a mobile quarterback. You don't really think of Andy Dalton as a mobile cat. He's not mobile. We don't think of him as a Lamar, as a Mahomes. But I'm sure that D'Amico probably said the same thing to him. Hey, we can just go right to him. Just go right to him. Don't worry about it. And hey, Andy put his wheels on today. Red rifle. He ran. He was their leading rusher for a minute. I don't know if he finished up that way. Did he finish up as their leading rusher?
I think he did. I'll check, Mike, while you doing. Mike's about to talk, so I got you, bro.
That's scouting. So hey, it happens, but we policed ourselves up and 0 points.
I just wanted to add. I know, Mike, you got to speak, and I know you got the floor, but I do want to add to what you were saying, because you're right. It was four times this team, the Saints team, could have scored touchdowns, right? And they did drive on the 49ers defense, and they were chewing us up underneath, but they were also helped by a lot of penalties, and they got down there. But the 49ers resiliency on the defense is what kept them out. And you're right. That's hindsight, right? There was a moment in time where I'm like, yo, just let them score so you get the ball on offense and have a great starting field position to where you could try to control some of the clock and do some of the things you were asking for. That was my mindset on that whole situation. It's like the refs wasn't helping the Niners at that moment. They were just trying to prevent the 49ers from going scoreless again in the second half for the 4th straight time. So, Mike, you're right. That was what happened. But also what happened, Mike, and Mike, I love you, bro, but damn, you make me hot sometimes, and I don't mean in a good way, bro. Like not that type of hot, but you know what I mean, bro. We just I just be like, why don't he listen to me? And you cut me off too. That was the worst feeling. Anyway, they still held them to 0 points. So at the end of the day, regardless how bad the offense looked, how inefficient the offense looked, how battered and bruised the offense was, they were able to put up enough points for the defense to pitch a shutout. And so, yeah, you can give the Saints guy or the Saints team their credit because their defense played well, but we expected that because we talked about it. We said that their defense would play well. We said, what's the one thing we worry about on the defense? We talked about the secondary. We talked about the pass rush. So we knew that. But 49ers defense played better, and they got the win.
They did, and they deserved the win, right? I felt like the 49ers defense went out there and really, really battled. And history is only going to remember the final score. They're not going to remember the stats. They're not going to remember the details. But what my biggest concern with this whole game was how they went out there and just completely changed everything at halftime, right? First drive, fumble for the Saints. I'm talking about the Saints offense. Fumble, followed by a punt, followed by a punt, followed by a punt, followed by a punt, and then they ran out of time at halftime, okay? Halftime comes, missed field goal, fumble at the 1-yard line, turnover on downs, another turnover on downs, all inside the goal-to-go scenario. So we went from the first half, a turnover, punt, 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 and then they ran out of time. That's 6 shutouts where we actually earned it, right? And then there was a missed field goal. They earned that one. A fumble at the 1-yard line. They earned that one. Turnover on downs, turnover on downs. The Niners didn't cause them to punt one time in the second half. That is a concern to me for a team that prides themselves on second half adjustments. And I said that to you guys when we were on the live thing. I said, do they make adjustments or do they say, hey, the game plan is working, let's stick with it? And they marched down the field every single time they got the ball. Every time they got the ball.
Did you factor in those penalties?
First down after first down after first down, every time they got the ball, bro.
So there was no flags.
I think that 2 of their drives were sustained.
I want you to find the flags, because if you look at the scoring summary,
I don't know where
if you
to
look
pull
at that stuff, it should be in the summary that tells you that a first down was called because of a flag. I guarantee you it was more than 2.
There was a tunnel who flung a flag that I didn't see what he got flagged for, but there was one, and there was another one on Nick
Mike,
Bosa.
that's the one we missed, Mike. No. Somebody tell
29
me
and 97. There's 2 of them.
Somebody tell me the flag when Debo rushed for a big gain, and then it was 1st and 20. Because Mike and
that was Jake Brendel and
Brendel had a hold or.
When we saw Jim, I thought Brendel had a good block, but he was on the ground and he must have pulled somebody down.
He just had his hand on his chest, if I believe. He was pushing him on down. He was down to the towards the side. They teach offensive linemen one hand on the bicep, one hand on his chest, and they called it a penalty. They called it.
Okay, look, that's what we missed, guys.
In the first half, the Saints had 4 first downs. They finished the game with 14. That means that they got more than twice as much in the second half.
They did, right? Mike. And I want to know how many of those came from penalties, though. So that helps tell the story as well.
The Saints had the Niners had 7 penalties for 64 yards. But I don't know the splits. I don't know where the splits are there. So I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't break that in. I don't have the splits here in front of me. But my point, though, is this. And it's not saying that our defense isn't good. Because, Wayne, you heard me when it was goal to go. Nah, make them earn it, right? I had faith in our defense then. But how many times during that game they point out the 49ers had the worst 3rd and short defense in the entire NFL? And every time they pointed out, the motherfuckers got another first down. We can't pretend like it was all on the officials. It wasn't all the officials, bro. Every time it was 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, they got the first down. We couldn't do anything to stop it.
All I see at the end of it, Mike, is a goose egg.
And that's what history is going to remember. And I respect
that's all. But Mike is points per game matter. I don't care about how many yards you get, like Bob Deep used to say, or the Locks. I don't care about your album and wherever it dropped. I don't care about a girl in a pretty watch. I don't care about none of that. 0 points. It's points per game. The game of football will measure you as how many points did you have against you. That's
Mike,
it.
What did I say at the beginning of the show, Mike? I said, I don't care if you get 200 receiving yards. Keep them out of the end zone. Remember I said that? Because them yards is a stat for the playmaker. They don't help the team in any kind of way. And so, like, remember I talked about it last week, 9 for 91. Hopkins, right? Did he score?
Nope. That's fantasy football, and that's that what's that Billy Bean Oakland A's baseball, and he ain't got a ring to speak for it. Keep them out the end zone. If they don't score, they will not win. That's what Ray Lewis told Shannon Sharp back in the day. And them 2000 Ravens got hardware on their fingers. That's it. The 75 Steelers, the 2013 Seahawks. When Peyton Manning was throwing turkeys and butterballs around.
Those defenses weren't just dominant in points per game; they were dominant in yards per game. Those defenses you're naming were historically good at just flat out
per game, Mike.
It's not just that. Are you crazy?
I don't care.
If you don't go back and look at that,
I don't care about your fantasy football dreams because they ain't real. Stop them in the end zone. Mike, minimize their points. That's it.
Am I in a
no, Mike? But can I add just a slight little piece of context? Because when you talk when Terradome talks about some of those defenses were built different, bigger bodies, different types of pieces. Just hear me out, Mike, because I know you got pushed back. I'm just saying that they're just built different And so on them 3rd and 1s, them 3rd and 3s, them 3rd and shorts, they built to stop that. I don't think the 49ers are built to stop 3rd and shorts. They're predicated on getting you in 3rd and long situations and finding a way to get to the quarterback by sending in the NASCAR package. They're built off of speed, opposed to built off of big bodies stopping the run, because a lot of those 3rd and shorts, Mike, were just runs up the middle. And we missing some of the big run stoppers up the middle. So I think back in the day, them defense were built different. And I don't know. That's just my theory on it. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Nah, but I'm just saying, the only reason I think the Niners get away with this dub as easy as they did is because their head coach,
You
their
thought
play
this was
caller,
easy?
hear me out. Their decision maker was thinking ahead, right?
Okay.
The Niners had 13 points. They had 0, right? And what he's thinking is, hey, if we don't get in the end zone right now, we might not get another chance later. They passed up on 3, not 1, not 2. They passed up on 3 field goals. That makes this game 12-13 just like that.
They missed one,
I'm sorry, 9. They missed one. That's right. They missed the other one. But still, that makes this game 9-13. Now they're playing a whole different style of ball. If they take those field goals instead of going for it on 4th downs. That's all I'm saying.
But
they
it
were
was
so
a fit,
focused
Mike.
on he didn't have faith in his defense to stop our offense, so he went for the kill. He went for the big points. Had he said, my defense can probably stop these guys another time or two, he would have took those 3 points and rolled the dice, and that changes play calling on both sides of the ball.
Hey,
not
but
just for
that's-
them, but for us also.
But that's
I get it. I'm using hindsight. I understand. I'm well aware of what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying, and I know it's going to go over everybody else. That I'm not looking for nobody to agree with me.
I'm not saying
But
that it's going over our heads,
that
Mike.
the defense, as good as they looked, there was some reason for concern. Go ahead, Melissa. You've had your hand up for a while. I'm sorry. Go ahead. And then we're going to wrap this up. We're about to be at an hour and a half.
I was just going to ask you, which one did you have more of an issue with? The stop in the goal line where we took over and we had a punt because we couldn't move down the field, or the one where Greenlaw came in big, stopped him, and then Talanoa Hufanga came in with his shoulder and knocked the ball out?
Which
I was just trying to clarify an issue with. Did you have more of an issue with our stopping on the goal line or near the goal line, and then Jimmy took over? We were unable to get out of the end zone, and then we had to punt it? Or were you more an issue with Greenlaw at the end of the game where he grabbed Kamara and then Talanoa came in with his shoulder and knocked the ball out?
I thought that was the play we had the ball on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, those were
there was 2 separate plays, so that's why I wanted to ask you which one did you have an issue with.
Though, that Greenlaw was the fumble. The Hufanga was the fumble, and we got it on the 1, and we had to punt the ball.
We punted, we went 3 and out.
I'm trying to figure out the other play, but I don't know about you, Melissa, but I didn't even expect to get a first down there. I was trying to move the ball so we could punt. You know what I mean?
We all knew what it was. Let's punt. Let's hope that we can get them beyond the 50 and hope the defense can hold again. That's exactly where we were. And I have a problem with that. The fact that we were looking at this star-studded offense saying, hey, maybe we can hopefully, I hope we pray that we can get a punt beyond the 50 with all this star-studded power on this offense. That's the problem. Why are we putting the defense in that situation knowing that they just forced the turnover?
Exactly.
Right?
So that's another thing. Complementary football.
We don't do it.
If we would have just kept our defense off the field, how much better could they have possibly been? And this goes back until Miami in 2020 when I was actually down there in Miami talking junk to these Chiefs fans. If you run the rock and keep my defense fresh, how much fresher can I be for the 4th quarter? It has to complement. Special teams has to complement. This is a 3-pronged attack.
The coaches got a compliment too.
Okay.
Yes.
And we came up, you threw it all on my defense, and the defense came up, gave you a goose egg. That's all you can ask them to do.
If that was more your issue, right? Then my bounce back to you would be the reason why we couldn't get out of our own end zone was because at that point Elijah Mitchell was out, and now they're saying it might be another MCL sprain on his knee. Which, if it is, then that's a good thing because I was worried that it was much worse. Debo had gone in and out because he had re-aggravated his hamstring a few times. CMC had been on the sideline at that point several times, like doing crouches and laterals and trying to like work out whatever his bang up injury was. And at that point, Jordan Mason was our only like truly healthy running back at that time. So I think at that point, the reason why we weren't more aggressive was because we didn't want to risk anybody else getting hurt long term or even short term, and then having it re-aggravated in later games.
But my issue wasn't about the lack of offense. It's that it's how much praise this defense is getting for allowing them to get inside the goal line 3 times in the second half.
But there was also costly penalties that kept that drive alive.
We had penalties that we
I'm not
saying
that defense doesn't deserve blame, but I'm saying there's context of why they got down there that time.
That's 3 times. They only had one goal, scored sustaining drive in the second half by the penalties. They earned those yards between the 20s, y'all. They earned those yards.
All right, so you're saying the defense shouldn't be ranked number 1?
That's not what I'm. Never mind. Hey, I'm tapping out. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the defense didn't deserve to put up the goose egg. They did it. They earned it. They literally earned it.
You said you take exception with the praise being heaped onto this defense.
Everyone is coming
that
here
the defense shouldn't be ranked number 1.
Every
Maybe they're
show,
not as good as they think they are.
Every overreaction show and every instant reaction show I've seen is this defense. Bro, they gave up 4 scoring drives in the second half.
And 0 points, though, Mike. So at the end of the day, Mike,
a scoring drive. A scoring drive ends in a score.
But it's kind of hard to argue, Mike. So you're saying they gave up production, which we can agree with, but they didn't give up the points.
If it was a competent coach on the other side of the ball, he's taking field goals.
But it wasn't.
But
it wasn't, Mike. It wasn't. It wasn't a competent coach.
If Jimmy G was 6'5", and if Jimmy G could run as fast as Lamar, and if I were taller, and if I had $25 million, I can't deal in ifs, conjecture, hypothetical, and speculation. All I can do is talk about what happened. And what happened was a 0. That's all you can ask.
Go defense, baby.
So
4 games in a row, no points in the second half.
Whoa, I'm trying to understand you. So like your issue is that you weren't comfortable.
No, I don't have an issue. Defense is fine. I don't have an issue.
No, Mike, seriously, I really want to understand this. So your issue is that you didn't like that the defense allowed them to get that many times that close to scoring.
No, I take it all back. I was mistaken. The defense was perfect. I take it all back.
But nobody. See, that's not fair because nobody up here said that the defense was perfect.
I'm pointing out the only fucking flaw in the defense, and y'all giving me pushback. What are y'all
giving me pushback?
Because at the end of the no. Hold on,
no.
At the end of the day, Mike. At the end of the day, Mike.
Trying to ask you to explain yourself, and you're telling me that I'm saying that you have no right to have an issue. I'm literally asking you multiple times. What is your issue? And you're cutting me off and then saying words in my mouth that I'm telling you what you're thinking.
I've said my issue 5 times already. I don't know what y'all confused about.
But Mike, you just came out your mouth and said that we're saying that the defense was perfect. Did they pitch a perfect shutout? Yeah. But that doesn't mean that they were perfect because like you just said and gave the examples, they could have easily not had. So we agree with that. I agree with that at least. They gave up production. But at the end of the day, you know what they did? You know what they did? They still found a way, right? It's called resiliency. They found a way to keep the team from scoring. And sometimes there's just going to be some games where the defense has to do that. Y'all act like y'all don't remember when the defense was trash and the offense had to put up more points in a shootout to win a game when the defense couldn't hold fucking water. It's not going to always be perfect all the way around. That's what we want. We want the game to be perfect.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
At every facet. Am I wrong or right? That's what we want. Every week we expect that to happen. And some weeks you're going to get better defensive play. You're going to get great offensive play. You might even get a special teams touchdown. Sometimes you might get all 4 phases to work properly. Great coaching, like all that stuff. Things work in their favor. But this week, Mike, regardless if the defense gave up the production that you're talking about, which ain't a lot, They gave up 60-something plus rushing yards, and 21 came from Andy Dalton, bro. Passing yards, you see the numbers, 2-something. 49ers are still number 1 in those categories, bro. That's crazy. But if you had a statistical category for scoring opportunities, maybe the Niners got to work on that. Like, that's something they need to work on. Go ahead, Mike.
Which defense performance y'all like more, this week or last week? I'm not going to respond at all. I just want to know y'all response.
This week, 0 points.
Right.
And the leading rusher, I'm looking back at the stats. The leading rusher was Andy Dalton.
4 for 21.
21 yards. 4 carries, 21 yards. Alvin Kamara, 7 carries, 13 yards. He went 1.9 a carry. Alvin Kamara, a all-pro, a Pro Bowler, went 1.9 for each carry. Bruh. It is what it is. Chris Olave was their leading receiver, and he ain't have but 62 yards.
Hey, Melissa, what about you? Which one did you like more, this week or last week, Melissa?
I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say last week. I did not like that we have this reoccurring issue that we allow these older quarterbacks who are non-runners become runners, and then it gets way too close for comfort for myself. And I'm only speaking for myself in these red zone situations where you have to have a near perfect game, or you have to have lucky breaks happen where things don't.
Colt McCoy had more rushing yards than Andy Dalton, Melissa.
And it was also in a worse climate.
He had more rushing yards than Andy Dalton, Melissa. So let's just keep let's keep it a buck.
Okay.
If your argument is, and I'm not trying to tell you to be different, I'm just giving you the fact. He had more rushing yards than 21.
Okay, and I'm also saying that it was a different type of game last week. Last week was a divisional game. We can say all we want, but the Cardinals are a much better roster. Okay, DeAndre Hopkins is a much better receiver than anyone that the freaking Saints have currently.
True.
This team was much more winded last week because you had freaking Mooney and a bunch of guys like that were winded and they couldn't handle the altitude, and that they were going from Santa Clara to Colorado to Mexico. Divisional games are always much harder. The very fact that they held pitch a shutout, or at least a big blowout. Okay, so it was like what, 38 to, I forget what the Cardinals scored.
38 to 10. 13, yeah.
But either way, what impressed me more is that this year divisional games are taken much more seriously by this team overall, especially on defense. In years past, it felt like the offense would do enough to score 13 to 20 some points, and then they would kind of like shut down and they let teams back in, and that it come down to those like Drake Greenlaw on the Hollister stop on the goal line where it's last down second and things are nail bitey to the end. And so that for me was more impressive, that it didn't come to those kind of situations where they handled their business, they stayed on top of their P's and Q's in a way, and that it didn't come down to the last few plays to decide who won that game. So for me, that was more impressive.
We got to do the super chat segment here. I want to say before we get into that, prayers up to Peachy and her family. My condolences to her. And she's been in my thoughts and in my prayers all week long. And she's going to continue to be there. So I don't know if you guys are aware of Peachy's situation. I'm not going to put her business out there, but just continue to keep her and her family uplifted in your prayers, positive vibes, whatever it is that you guys believe in. Send some of that Peachy's way. She's out there going through what she's going through. I think we have 5 comments in here. If I missed any, I apologize. I'll scroll back through. Jaguar was the first one here. He says, if we are real freaking Saints, played hard. Oh, if we're real, the freaking Saints played hard. Good win. I agree with that. I don't think anybody disagrees with that, right? This was a tough game. Wayne said it before the kickoff happened. This is going to be a tough game. This is an old school NFC West matchup, right? That's what the point was.
It always will be, bro. I don't know why.
Yep. But then Eddie Glover comes in with the perfect response to that. All I have to say is first place Niners, right? Don't nothing else matter. I can complain about the defense. I can complain about the offense, whatever. It don't matter. 7-5, game and a half above the freaking next closest team. We good to go.
7-4. He was wrong.
7-4.
I'm sorry. 7-4.
Yeah, put that 5 in there. Yeah.
I apologize. 7-4, right? 7-4, game and a half above the next closest team in the division. The Niners got a little bit of cushion. Let's keep on building on that. First place, baby. That's all that matters. Shout out to Eddie for that as well. Mark, he says here, I agree with both y'all. Our O's suck. I don't know who or what debate this was when he sent this. He said, but we won. Kamara didn't just drop the ball. He got smacked. Talanoa Hufanga came in there, laid the smack down. Shout out to who got there first. I believe it was Greenlaw, right?
Greenlaw. He held him up.
Greenlaw had him wrapped around the waist and had him stopped. And then Talanoa came in a second later with his shoulder and knocked the ball out.
Team tackling is a beautiful thing, ain't it? Team tackling. Oh, Fred Warner had a punch out. Didn't Fred Warner have a punch out tonight? That's who the other one was, Melissa. That's what it was. Fred Warner had a punch out also. But it was another group tackle where someone held him up. Fred comes in there, punches the ball. Bro, this team was swarming. They were all over the place tonight, man. This defense was doing it better. Yeah, Terry, your mic's good, bro. Your mic's good. And then we have another one here from Sean. He says, as Obama once Wayne, this is your specialty.
No, you're not putting
Come
this
on, man. No,
me.
you're my Sean guy. Come on, bro.
God, I don't want to think.
He says, respond. As Obama once said, can't we all just get a... That was not Obama.
That was definitely Rodney King.
That was Rodney freaking King, bro. Don't do that. But he put the smile. He knew it. He says you are fighting because he was there. That's right. Ben Dijo was at the game. Can't stand him. Hufanga is a slow beast. Tart who be blessed, fam. So he's basically saying that
I like the bow vowel.
Guy. Huh?
I like the bow vowel.
I'm not. You know what, man? I want to go home. I'm not even messing with y'all. Y'all.
He be codes. I'm sorry. He just be coming in. Go ahead, decipher that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna mess it up for the people. Go ahead, tell them what's up.
This was supposed to be Wayne's segment, and he just leaving me.
It was supposed to. Wait. Did you hear what Mike just said? Mike has read all of the contributions, and then he's trying to tell me that this is my segment of the show. He already read.
Because you can interpret Sean better than I can.
I have no brain power to interpret what Sean is saying right now.
I'm gonna ask y'all this question: which strong safety would y'all rather have, Tart or Hufanga?
Hufanga.
I'm going with playmakers.
I'm sorry. I became a USC fan this offseason just because of Talanoa Hufanga. That's how much I love Talanoa Hufanga in his rookie year.
So these two
I actually started watching college football just because of Talanoa Hufanga.
Who's that? Packers and Eagles?
Yeah.
20 points.
It's 2020 right now.
Eagles got a top defense. They gave up 20 points already.
And
they didn't give up. Too bad they ain't shut him out.
Quarterback out there. I checked.
Mike know what I'm talking about. Mike, don't be smirking over there.
You ain't low, bro. It's all right. I'm gonna let it go. Hey, listen. I'm well aware of what you're doing, bro, and you will not get me.
Okay.
You will not get me.
Okay.
All right.
Yo, I can take Mike. You know what though? This week's debate show, that shit about to be lit. It's gonna be lit. We're gonna just continue it on the Patreon, bro.
You don't want that smoke, bro.
Mike.
I'm
cuz. All right, fam. Yo, matter of fact, we're gonna need somebody to be the mediator. That's what we're gonna need. We have a special guest.
I volunteer.
All right.
Yeah.
Niner Cali boys say doesn't matter if they get to the 1 or never cross the 50. We won the battle, multiple trips, not just a fluke.
That's what I was trying. That's what Terradome was trying to say, man.
I said I ain't gonna comment on it no more, so I'm just gonna read it and keep it moving. If that's what y'all
say,
think.
Thank you for supporting the channel.
Yeah,
I mean it's also, you know, because okay, Mike, the cliche, you know that cliche, like it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. Let's say we
finished worse than we started.
Let's say we was getting blown out in this game,
how
bro.
do we finish worse than we started?
Well,
What do you?
Well, according to Mike, they gave up more scoring drives that didn't score.
Okay.
So
Okay,
you
Mike.
got to understand where Mike is coming to from his
All right,
context.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll yield my 5 minutes to the floor. Go ahead. Y'all done? Mike?
I think the offense finished worse than what they started. I think the injuries set in and they just couldn't figure out. You know what my biggest gripe from this game was? Them failing to score in the red zone. They were 33% in the red zone, 1 for 3. That's just not good. Like the 49ers, with all the talent and all the weapons, have to be better in the red zone. Like they have to score touchdowns.
That's
right?
fair.
And then when you talk about the possible touchdowns that they did score and then got called back, like Mike McGlinchey had a big penalty, Jake Brendel had a big penalty, like George Kittle had a big penalty. They might have been all ticky-tacky calls, but at the end of the day, Mike, didn't we talk about disciplined football at the beginning on somebody beginning of the show? Like I could have swore we had that conversation, and it came and bit the Niners in the butt. They weren't disciplined, and so they ended up missing out on those opportunities. All I'm saying is, look, they got to be better in the red zone. They got to figure it out. They got to, to me, Mike, is they got to figure that out more than the defense trying to prevent scoring drives from happening. Because Mike is right.
Get their pad levels down. My offensive line, and it's not mine, it's the San Francisco, it's ours. Our offensive line, their pad levels are way too high. Every time I look, they're standing up and getting pushed in their chest. You should never give a man your chest. Don't ever give him your chest.
Yeah. I wanted to ask a quick question. Has anyone heard any update about Burford? I didn't see if he got a finish or not because, like I said, I had a stream on my phone.
Game, and I don't think he returned back to the game when he was limping.
And my other question was for Breezy. When you break down the all 22, can you tell me how Kittle's hands were, if you can actually see that? Because
I could tell you from the goddamn replay that we saw.
I literally saw the guy's hand in his collar on his jersey yanking down like a horse collar.
They just
and I never saw where George's hands were that caused that penalty. Like
his hand was on the arm, the forearm of the guy with his palm up.
You can see his glove. You can see his glove.
See, and so what? But it rotated with the palm down as well. So the ref somehow, some way, was able to see that as a hold, opposed to him being yanked by the front of his neck brace. Like that was crazy. So that was the call. So it was
okay.
And that would have changed the complexion of the game.
Because like I said, I had to watch this on like I had to watch this on a little tiny phone, and it kept breaking up because I had to watch it on Doofu, and so I couldn't always see everything. So that's why I said, since you always get the film, that's why I want to ask.
Yo, when you see it again, the freeze frame doesn't even look like a hole.
Yeah, 1080p HD TV. That won't no hole.
Like the free, like even if the still frame, if you snapshot the photo, doesn't look like a hole.
I was yelling. How was that not a horse collar?
You was yelling the whole time. First, you were yelling, "How is that a hold?" That was the first thing you was yelling. Then the horse collar.
Yeah.
And then I thought maybe defensive linemen can't get called from the front. But if you go back to the beginning of the game, guys, Debo was horse collared. And they didn't call it then either. He was He was grabbed at the back. It didn't pull him down, but they grabbed the back of his equipment. Anyway,
and he complained. And all pro supposed to get that call.
I also wanted to say real quick before I forget, I am the most anti-Jimmy person right now. I've never backed down on it, even when he wasn't turning it over. I never said even if he gets the 6th Lombardi, I'm never going to be a fan of him ever again. But what I could not stand today was that he was knocked down on his ass 3 or 4 different times. One time where he had that knee injury and he looked like he was in serious pain.
Oh, yeah.
And for the life of me, I could not understand why he only got one call when he was so much pain that they legitimately could not ignore it.
Melissa, who are you talking about again? I missed it. I'm sorry.
Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
Oh man, he got hurt.
They called it on the knee injury. I seen the same one you saw.
That was the one flag he did get. But for all those other knocks, whether it was after the ball was out of his hand or anything else,
wait a minute.
It baffles me that this league says that they're protecting quarterbacks, they're protecting guys with the head injuries, and we always see Bosa in these chokeholds, and it just irritates me that the only time we seem to get these calls are like when the game is already such a blowout where there's no way the other team can like break the divide, or it's so blatant that the players hurt that they have to throw that flag for what's going on.
He got the roughing the passer call on that, but Mike, what did the commentator say?
He was outside the tackle box.
Oh yeah.
That it shouldn't have been called, right?
Yeah,
that's my point.
Yeah, that's the one time
Sanchez and his partner were both whining about how they shouldn't have gotten the call. It felt like Collinsworth when we were on Sunday Night Football, and he was whining about the calls we did get.
But the refs made up for it by calling some phantom bull crap.
That was the next drive. Yeah.
Because remember, Mike, there was 4 penalties on that play.
Mm-hmm. 4 in a row.
Four in a row.
I never seen 4 penalties in a row. That laundry came out 4 times in a row, and they missed it on the Bosa.
Yep. When Bosa got held.
That's not the play where they missed it. The face mask on Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Brandon Ayuk did have a face mask against. Yeah.
Mulberry says here.
Oh, I got it, Sean. Okay, Bendejo. That's what you were saying.
Bendejo is not a favorable word.
It's not, but when we were reading it, we were just like Bendejo. Like that's what Mike said.
I said Bendejo, not Bendejo. Yeah.
Yo, I cannot say how much I am grateful that Breezy is monetized again, and we can have like Sean contribution wars again on his channel, and just see Breezy like crack up for like 40 minutes just because of all the crazy stuff Sean sends in on Nitty Gritty Niners or the Wayne Breezy Show.
But Sean doesn't talk this way, so when he writes this way, I'm confused. But Mike, you ain't shit either, because you make me read his comments like I'm supposed to.
I can't interpret the shit all the time, man. I be trying, bro, and I was like, let Wayne take a crack at it. Sometimes if you read it, I can understand it, and I can correct you. Like, nah, that's not.
I would have said Bendejo too, Mike. I just want you to know that.
You know, and look, that and I'll be honest with you, that's all Tara's fault, because he said I'll be talking about hoes on the Patreon. My brain was on hoes. I'm a Bendejo too. Then if that's what we're talking about, I'm gonna keep it with the flow of the show. You know, I was just there. You know, Mulberry Group. Great show, NBN. Let's get ready for Miami. Hope everyone has a great week. Thank you. You too. I hope your family had a phenomenal holiday. If you guys celebrated, hope you guys are doing well out there. We really, really appreciate the super chat, Mulberry Group. Thank you very much. Mark says here, Mike was just saying plenty of room for improvement. I said I wasn't going to comment on it no more, so I can't say anything. But thank you, Mark. I appreciate the super chat. I don't know if the rest of them do, because, you know.
Mike, shut the front door, bro.
Go defense. Go defense.
Stop.
And Daryl, I'm sorry. Daniel says.
Yeah. Here's the improvement, right? Stop putting Jimmy Ward in on shifty, twitchy wide receivers. He sucks. He's not good. He's 100% completion percentage at the nickel. Well, it might be a little different. I think he stopped a couple of tight ends. But when you put those receivers on him, he's gonna get torched. Mike, his back was to the guy. I don't know what to tell Jimmy Ward to be. That was one of the drives on a third down that the 49ers couldn't come up off the field. We're not saying that the defense was perfect. They just pitched a perfect game.
I am leaving in 120 seconds because my seafood is on the table getting cold.
You had seafood and chicken wings today?
Yeah, my seafood is sitting. The chicken wings is all I had so far.
It's his birthday meal.
Yes. The seafood was.
Happy belated birthday, Mike.
Y'all want to see my platter? Nah, I ain't got time. But yes, so
Mike, before you leave, I need to say happy birthday to you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy you got your big meal. Feliz cumpleaños to you and your daughter. My voice got caught there, so I'm sorry I butchered that. And please enjoy the rest of your night in this victory. And I do not apologize for bringing up Breezy and his Wolverines, because they deserved all the praise.
Hey,
so you can be as bitter as you want against us, but I'm really proud for the faithful who.
If Ohio State loses every game and the Niners win them all, I'm a happy guy.
I'm a happy guy. Yo, the funny thing is, I feel you.
Yeah, Daryl said, "Oh wait, where'd it go?" Daryl says here, thanks for the super chat. Oh, wrong one. He says, yes, indeed, Niners fam, ugly win, but very good for a short week and a holiday in the middle of the week. And that's part of what we were talking about. They had to overcome a whole lot. And Sean says, Bendejo in Spanish means stupid. LMAO. And I was a pendejo trying to read Bendejo because I didn't know what the F Sean was talking about. So that's on me, guys. Listen, that was a phenomenal show. I want to thank everybody for joining. You guys were great. Give yourselves a round of. Oh wait, we got one here. Hold on, I got it. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Thank you, Pterodome. I always love coming on here because I know you're going to be here as well.
And I love when I see you show up. New Jersey girl, Melissa in the hizzle.
Yes. That's gonna do
well,
it for
we need a little North Jersey to balance out the South Jersey that always is hosting this show. So.
Oh my God, is that
what happened?
Is that 7 touchdowns in the first half?
Oh my
of this
gosh,
game?
they scored.
What's the score? What's the score?
20 is about to be 27-20.
Ooh, Mike, I gotta ask you real quick. Thanksgiving, what happened with the Cowboys versus the Giants? Because I know you got a parent that's a Cowboys fan and a parent that's a Giants fan.
I didn't get to see the whole game. I was dealing with a whole sick household. My Thanksgiving was a little different than it normally is. But from my understanding, the Cowboys just got out to a big lead and never relinquished it. I don't think the Giants were really ever in that game.
No, the Giants were in the game.
Barkley.
I thought the Giants were in the game.
Giants were in the game, and then Daniel Jones started with the turnovers, and Saquon Barkley stopped with the I'm not really gonna put myself on the line kind of stuff, and then the Cowboys kept scoring, and then the game got away from them.
Giants seemed like they got exposed to me, man. They just ain't it. I tell you where the Heat's at. The Heat in the East is them Washington Commodores or Commanders.
Now they're 7-5.
I call them the football team because I refuse to use that stupid name.
They got some. They got Brian Robinson.
But he's a hit or miss, man. Like some weeks he's good, some weeks he's not.
They look very physical, very similar.
Breezy, I can't help but just root for him after what happened to him with that shooting.
Yeah, it was very tragic, but you know what? We're not giving up rushing yards. So ask me if I'm worried about somebody named Brian Robinson.
I'm not saying I'm rooting for him when he pisses the Niners.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying I ain't worried about him. Like
a storyline to follow. I've been really happy for him. Diami Brown, who you made me fall in love with on your damn show.
I like Brian Robinson. I'm just mad that
Adebo Paulson and all those other guys that you were like, oh, we could get these guys, and I kind of fell in love with all these later rounds of guys, and now we have to like face them all this year.
Yeah, we're gonna be all right, guys. I promise you that. We got one more tough game.
Better at stopping scoring drives,
and I cannot wait to debate with Breezy on the next Red Light special, man. It's gonna be so much fun.
I think we'll just be one topic for 30 minutes.
I'm glad we're pressed for time because I was gonna give you some of my good points. So. But guys, we'll be back, man. We thank y'all for checking us out, man. This has been a fun show. Thank you for the whole panel. Everybody that jumped on here, I truly appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys head on over to the Patreon and subscribe. All right, make sure you guys are there to join in on the game day fun with us. We have a brand new format over there, and from my understanding, it was HD quality the whole crispy show. Yes. So make sure you guys are over there to enjoy it. That's going to do it for us tonight, man. Again, thank the whole panel. Let's get up out of here. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate
pain.
But always remain faithful.
Yes. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
Bye.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We them nothing but Niners.